So I've had a TECNO Camon 50 Pro for about a month, and it's been a pretty interesting experience with this device. On the one hand, it is really cool. It's a really cool device with its features and its specs. It is essentially everything you would expect to get from a device in 2026. But that is also kind of part of the problem. When I hold it next to the previous generation, the Camon 40 Pro, kind of look the same at the back of the phone. But the bigger question is, who is this for? We'll try to answer this in this video. Without further ado, let's get to it. Let's start with the box. The first thing you see when you open the box is a white compartment containing the SIM ejector tool, some paperwork, the curved screen guard, and the plastic and leather textured phone case. Underneath that, you find the phone itself wrapped in a film that has the specifications written on it. Underneath that, you find a 45-watt charger adapter and a USB Type-C cable. And that is all you get in the box. Considering that most devices are now taking stuff out, I do appreciate the fact that we still get a screen protector rather than having to buy or look for one ourselves, and you get it, full-on power adapter. But now let's talk about the design of the Camon 50 Pro, which is where things start to look a little too familiar. Now, in terms of the design, at first glance, if you look at the Camon 40 and you look at the Camon 50 Pro, they are quite similar. There's some tiny differences. The most obvious one, of course, is that the Camon 50 Pro has a more rounded shape, while the Camon 40 Pro looks a bit flatter. Both phones seem to have 3 cameras in the straight line at the back, but in reality, it's just 2 cameras and a depth sensor. On the Camon 50 Pro though, there are actually 3 cameras here. The smaller 4th lens is an ultra-wide camera. I think it's nice to have. The last one is just a depth sensor as well. Besides the cameras, you also find an LED flash and a tiny light that glows to show that your phone is charging or that you're recording a video. Now, while the phone uses a curved display, it is not necessarily trying to fit into the very slim category, not by any means. It is designed to be a pretty decent balance for people who may want a curved display but not too curved, and then a slim device that is not too slim. On the other hand, everything is standard issue. Up front, there's a punch-hole selfie camera with a small speaker sitting just above it. The phone also uses an in-display fingerprint sensor, which is cool. On the left side, there is the one-tap AI button, while the volume and power buttons are on the right. At the bottom, you'll find the dual SIM tray, a USB-C port, and the main speaker grill. Up top, there's another speaker grill, a Dolby Atmos inscription, a microphone, and the IR blaster. The color I have here is the Nebula Titanium, but there are 5 other color options available. And honestly, they all look pretty cool. The build quality, at least on paper, is pretty impressive. The front is protected by Gorilla Glass 7i, which should also help with everyday use. Scratches, the occasional drops. Will I be testing that? Probably not. The back of the frame is also made from plastic, which helps to keep the phone relatively light and durable. But the other thing that really stands out here is in the ratings. It comes with 3 different ratings. You get IP68, IP69, and IP69K protection, meaning that it is fully resistant to dust and can handle splashes and even high water pressure, right? And overall, it feels sturdy for everyday use while being comfortable to hold. Still, it's always a good idea to use the phone case for extra protection. Thankfully, TECNO includes one in the box alongside a screen guard. When it comes to the display, you get a 6.78-inch AMOLED display, so you are getting a large screen size, the deep blacks and vibrant colors that AMOLED panels are known for. But that is the stuff that we are already familiar with. Where things get a little more interesting is in the resolution. So you're getting a 1.5K resolution on this phone, a 144Hz refresh rate, which means slightly sharper visuals and even a smoother motion on the screen, right? And scrolling through the apps and interface will look nice. But here's the thing. It is not a huge jump from what we're already used to. We're already getting devices as high as 2K resolution, a 165Hz refresh rate. Regardless, it is a great display. You're getting a large enough screen for watching videos, gaming, or browsing social media comfortably. The peak brightness on the 50 Pro goes up to 4500 nits, and that is quite bright. Considering that the screen is curved, you can already expect to find very slim bezels on this device. There's an 89.6% screen to body ratio here, and yeah, I think it looks really good. Roll the projector out of the collapsed box quite easily. On top is where you see the control panel. You've got the power.
I'm Spider-Man.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Enemy down! Down! It's up to you.
The phone has a stereo speaker setup, and there's a speaker at the top and one at the bottom. And technically, if you include the earpiece, there's another one there, making 3 if you are cheating with it. With Dolby Atmos support, the sound quality is genuinely good. It sounds full, the bass is there, and the dialogues come through clearly without sounding muffled. here. Even at higher volumes, the audio still holds up nicely. Music sounds good, videos sound clear, and whether you're watching a movie, playing a game, or just on the call, the experience feels quite immersive here. The camera setup on the TECNO Camon 50 Pro is built around a 50 megapixel Sony main sensor, and in good lighting conditions, it takes really nice pictures with good details and sharpness. You get the 8 megapixel ultra wide mentioned earlier for those 0.6x wide shots, and a zoom system that can zoom all the way to 60 times. The good thing is that the zoom is still usable at around 20x, where you can still see and recognize what you have zoomed into clearly. Once you push it all the way to the maximum zoom range at 60 times, the image does become quite pixelated, and you need really steady hands to capture this shot. I mentioned in the short form that I'll tell you what TECNO tried to do to improve this, and it's just their HD enhancement feature that processes the image to make it look sharper with some kind of AI. It does bring back some details, although the results can look a little over processed, especially when you have text in the shots. If you want to get really close to your subject, there's also a super macro mode which lets you capture fine details at very close distances. For portraits, the camera gives you focal lengths ranging from 24mm to 70mm, so you can switch between wider portraits or tighter shots depending on the look that you're going for. There's also super night mode, which helps to somehow brighten scenes and bring out more details when you're shooting in darker environments. And of course, there's flash snap. We all know what flash snap is, right? Flash snap works with a lot of movement in a scene. Normally, if you're trying to capture movement like someone jumping or running, you are most likely to end up with a blurry photo. But flash snap helps to freeze the motion and capture a clear shot. You can also use the one tap AI button to take pictures if you prefer that, instead of pressing the shutter button. There are some AI features relating to images, but we'll get to that later in the video. For selfies, the phone uses a 32 megapixel front facing camera, and under decent lighting conditions, the results are quite good. Skin tones look natural, and in better lighting, the images come out sharper and slightly more colorful. This then brings us back to the same, the recurring theme of this device. It is a very well spec'd out camera. In fact, more megapixels than most people will probably need. Still, the image quality after processing could be better. While the results in terms of photos may not be 100% consistent across shots, to get the best photos, you have to set up with really good lighting. And the main thing that stood out in this camera section was in the More tab, where you get access to TECNO's Aqua mode for underwater photos. As the name implies, it allows you to take photos underwater. Depending on who is using this phone, they may find it useful or not. Still though, I like that they added the feature for when you exit Aqua mode, the phone will vibrate through the speakers to push out any water that might have entered into it. That was the speaker cleaner test. Now, when it comes to video recording, the Camon 50 Pro can shoot up to 2K at 30 frames per second. And you also get two stabilization options, video steady and ultra steady, which will help you reduce the shake when you're filming. The selfie camera also records at 2K 30 frames per second, same as the rear camera. Let me know what you guys think about this front-facing camera video quality and the sound quality in the comments below. Again, it's not bad, but there are devices in this category that can shoot as high as 4K. When it comes to the performance, the Camon 50 Pro is powered by the MediaTek Helio G200 Ultimate processor, which again comes back to this recurring theme. The G200 Ultimate is not a flagship processor, it's not a flagship chip. It's something like the Dimensity 7400 with almost 10% faster CPU speeds, higher megahertz in terms of RAM capacity, and faster processing could have been considered for this guy, especially because this is the Camon lineup, but I think that would have driven the price up a lot more. Also, the previous generation Camon 40 Pro came with the Dimensity 7300, but that was for the 5G version. The Helio G100 Ultimate was what came with the 4G version, so it seems like they are going in line as well. These are just little things that I think you should think about with the Camon 50 Pro. So far during my usage, I think it has done a brilliant job handling most of the tasks that we throw at it. The phone comes with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage, and the RAM can also be expanded, of course, virtually. For gamers and heavier tasks, this phone includes TECNO AI or TECNO's AI gaming engine that helps with touch response, frame rate, and network performance in games such as PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, and Solo Leveling. There's also a frozen cooling system designed to keep the phone from overheating during gaming sessions, and when I played a game on this device, it did get slightly warm to the touch. Once again, it should handle everyday casual use without too much trouble. One of the biggest things that TECNO is pushing for the Camon 50 Pro is AI. AI, and honestly, it is everywhere in this phone. There are a few AI image editing features. For example, AI spatial works with clothing, and in this case it completely changed my shirt and the result looked pretty clean and pretty convincing. Another option in AI partial lets you design for henna style art on your arm, and they look surprisingly realistic. You can even edit them further with the additional options that are available. One of the interesting ones for me is the AI Studio. This one will help you clean up your photos by removing things like the lens flare, reflections, or harsh shadows. So if you're shooting through glass or you're dealing with a strong light, the AI will process the image and give you better results. Also, I noticed that the AI editing images suggests what they think you should add or improve with your pictures as well. Outside of photography, TECNO also integrates AI into almost everything that you would use your phone for. There's Flash Memo, which lets you quickly capture ideas or what is on your screen at the moment, and you can do this with a single tap on that one tab button. If you're reading an article, just click the button. It will record what it saw and give you a summary. And there's the AI Mind Hub that organizes all of those things that you've done so that you can see them for later. The phone also includes TECNO's upgraded Ella. It is their AI assistant that can help with things like writing, summarizing content, and offering smart suggestions based on what you're doing on your phone. Powering the TECNO Camon 50 Pro is a 6150 mAh battery, which is quite a lot with everyday use like browsing, video scrolling through social media, and the usual stuff that you do with your phone. And it should comfortably get you through a full day without needing to charge. Under heavier use though, say you are doing intensive gaming or running high refresh rate apps and keeping several active apps open in the background, you might find yourself charging this phone more than once, sometimes twice during the same day. Now, when it comes to charging, the phone supports 45-watt fast charging, and in our tests, we got from 0 to 100% in around 1 hour and 18 minutes, which is actually quite reasonable considering the size of the battery. So overall, the battery performance is the best part of this device that feels quite reliable, both in capacity and charging speed. In terms of connectivity, the TECNO Camon 50 Pro is a 4G device. We won't be getting a 5G here, sadly. For most people, a 4G connection will work perfectly fine for everyday browsing, streaming, and social media use. If a 5G connection is very important to you, then you may want to consider the 5G variant of the Camon 50 Pro that costs a little bit more. As for the price, the Camon 50 Pro currently starts around 499,200 Naira for this 4G variant. If you're looking for a device that offers you a premium feeling with hardware and software and just does enough to be a device that you enjoy using for a while, then it is a solid option, especially at this price point. But considering all the features that we're getting here and the other devices that you could get in this price range, what do you guys think? Let's talk price range. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think of this price range and this device in that price range? If you haven't seen it yet, click here to watch our TECNO Camon 40 Pro review. Thank you so much for watching our video. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys in the very next one.